Var, last question for you,
Oh,
or
damn.
free game,
I think the game's on.
just for the boys. Hashirama versus current Sasuke. Who wins?
Current Sasuke demolishes that man. Like, what
Demolishes him. Okay.
demolishes that guy.
Okay. Okay. Well, I got a poll. 52% says Hashirama, 48% says current Sasuke. So like, the world disagrees with you. But okay. Okay.
Well, let me
What do
ask
you
you a
think?
question.
I want to know what you think,
Don't
Mike.
ask
Well, no,
me,
no, no.
man. Don't ask me, man.
I want now. I want to ask a different question. That same Hashirama versus Eight Gates Might guy, who wins?
Oh, my headphones fell off. My bad. That same Hashirama versus Eight Gates guy.
Yeah.
Why you doing this to
Because
Hashirama, man?
we got to
That's
break this
crazy.
down. We got to break this down.
Bro, I don't know what Hashirama doing against something like that, bro.
I want people to understand. Eight Gates Might guy. All due respects to him. Sasuke is beating the brakes off of him. I apologize. He's beating the brakes off of him. So
current
anybody you
Sasuke.
compare to Sasuke, yes, bro. Anybody you compare to current Sasuke, ask yourself if Eight Gates Might got beating him. If he does, bro, Sasuke beating the brakes off of him.
But my guy might hit Sasuke, current Sasuke, with that dynamic entry through the Susanoo, like Jigen did.
I don't know
It
about
might just
that,
be a
man.
thing, bro.
That
So
man,
like,
that man,
so
that man.
you think? Huh? Oh, what are you saying?
I'm saying my guy, like, got ready, sat there, got ready for like 10, 15 seconds, powered up his legs. You feel me? Actually hit Madara and everything like that. Created a bunch of shockwaves, like destroyed his whole body just to do that. Sasuke did it with a sword in like 10 seconds. Like, like he did it like extremely quick. Like he didn't really care. It was nothing. It was nothing to me. Like he destroyed Madara like insanely quickly. Like Madara was running from Sasuke, and that was 16-year-old, 17-year-old Sasuke. So adult Sasuke now is destroying that man.
When was he running from Sasuke?
During a war arc when Sasuke just got his Rinnegan.
Well, obviously the war arc, but like specifically, because I remember like Madara basically was like, "Yo, I got both y'all powers. Like, y'all can't mess with me."
Nah,
Couldn't really do anything to him.
When they got their amps, like it was over. Like when Sasuke got his Rinnegan, he was like legitimately. I won't say right when, because of course Madara tried to like fight against Naruto and Sasuke, realized it didn't work and realized he needed another Rinnegan, and then he was kind of running to get he was kind of running to Kakashi to get his Mangekyo Sharingan, to go to Obito to get his Rinnegan. So he was kind of running away from Sasuke because he understood that at that current moment he was not strong enough to beat him. And Hashirama himself said that he couldn't beat that version of Madara.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. When like half of himself like went towards the convoy dimension, and then Sakura messed up.
Okay. Oh, half himself. Why was he halved?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he got blitzed, but
Sasuke destroyed him. Like,
but I'm saying like he didn't really destroy him. That was like the thing. Like he didn't do anything. He just like blitzed him and like cut him. I think more so like, yo, how did you get like this fast? I think like the surprise of that caught him off guard. But I would have to go back and like watch the encounter again. It's been a few years, you know.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I'm not giving my opinion either way. I was just curious about what you thought about it. I had a poll up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, that's like my original thought. So like that Madara was like playing with my guy, and like when Sasuke showed up to the battlefield with his Rinnegan, it was like, all right, yeah, we gotta leave. All right, yeah, we gotta leave. So in my personal opinion, like that version of Sasuke, just 16-year-olds with the Rinnegan, I don't necessarily know for sure, but I wouldn't necessarily just automatically say that version of Sasuke is stronger than this version of Sasuke, the adult version of Sasuke, after 16 years of practice. Now, I was about to say 16 years of practice, not only with his Rinnegan or his Mangekyo Sharingan abilities. Right now, he doesn't have his Rinnegan, but also his speed and strength. Like that got significantly faster than what the Sasuke was already doing, and that Sasuke was already blitzing Madara. So like, it's over.
Do you think I want to keep free game too long.
No, yeah, good.
Do you think do you think that version of Sasuke could 1v1 Jubi Madara? He like speed blitz him and cut him in half. Like, do you think he like 1v1 he would win?
I mean, I don't fully know because with Madara, you got to talk about his hacks, and then people want to bring up the Juby stuff. I mean, not Juby stuff. The clones. I forgot their names, but like there's like the invisible clones.
The
But
limbo
Limbo.
clones.
so yeah, the limbo clone. So a bunch of stuff like that makes it very tricky. But like off of like pure like speed and strength, in my personal opinion, like I don't necessarily see too much like going Madara's way. Like and specifically the Madara that I'm talking about is like the Madara with one Rinnegan. We don't necessarily know exactly how strong the
Mhm.
Madara is with two Rinnegan because he didn't necessarily have like extended fighting experience, and especially like he had the Rinne Sharingan that he just never really used, so we don't even technically know how strong that Madara is. But the one with one Rinnegan, yeah, I think that Sasuke destroys him.
Do you think
Probably.
current Sasuke destroys just like Jubi Madara in general?
It depends on which Jubi Madara. It's like multiple Jubi Madara with no eye, Jubi Madara with one eye, Jubi Madara
Well,
with two.
I mean, just like at his
Madara getting a
apex,
Sharingan.
at his apex, because
Yeah, the Apex
it
we don't
seems like you
know.
think, well, what at his apex for what we do know. So basically, like him with not him with like the third eye and him coming down and then being betrayed by Black Zetsu, right? But like him just fighting like Naruto and Sasuke at that particular time with like both eyes and so on and so forth. Like, because it sounds like you think adult Sasuke got so much significantly stronger than like teenage Sasuke to the point where like that version of Madara would be light work, even for current
uh,
Sasuke.
I mean, that's a tricky thing because like even like Teen Sasuke, like the Madara might even be light work for that version of Sasuke. Give him like an extra day or two to to practice with his Rinnegan. The thing is, I don't necessarily think that Madara in regards to the characters these days is like anything too crazy. Like again, he was struggling with Mike Guy. I don't necessarily want to say he was struggling because he was kind of playing around, but like he took legitimate damage versus Mike Guy, and like that version of Sasuke, like 17-year-old Sasuke, kind of showed like he wasn't that far off in regards to speed.
Do you think like Ishio Otsutsuki, if he got hit by Might Guy's final attack, you think he would take any damage?
Of course, especially off guard. But like, do I think
No, I
it'd
mean
be
on
to the
guard, just
level
on
of like
guard.
a Madara? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean like on guard, you think he'll
Absolutely
take
not.
some damage?
Hmm?
Like on guard Ishiki, like he's feeling himself. He's like, yo, hit me, bro. And my guy charges up and like attacks him. Do you think he's like getting folded?
Getting folded? No. He take damage. Like I think Ishii would take damage if he gave Sakura like a clean punch. Yeah. I don't think these guys well, I don't want to say these guys aren't human because they are, but like I don't want to say these guys are like invulnerable. But like so yeah, they definitely take impact or take damage, but like it wouldn't necessarily be to the point where like Madara is cut in half.
Do you think like Six Path Sage Mode Naruto's punch in terms of like offensive potency scales higher than my guy's final attack?
Well, which Naruto?
Like the Naruto who fought like Ishiki. Like when like
A-
Six Path Sage Mode Naruto, when they first got in that dimension, he powers up and like he's running towards Ishiki. Do you think like his
Absolutely.
punch? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll just ask him.
Well,
I'm
I
curious.
don't want to say absolutely because we don't know. It's kind of like similar to with the Damon thing. Like
Mhm.
Damon said in the recent chapter that he's never really went 100%, and we could always have fun with the idea. Hey, is Damon stronger than Ishiki Otsutsuki? We never really seen Damon like go 100%, and we never really
Mhm.
seen Mike Guy like actually like well we never really seen the limits of his punch. Like we hit the punch that we did see went straight through Madara. We never really seen how strong something has to be to actually stop it. You feel me? What's the limits of it? Like, what's the things that he can't damage? So we don't fully know. Like, even when I talk about, hey, Might Guys or Sasuke and Naruto, their speed and strength might be up there with Might Guy. These are, again, I'd openly say, like, these are like projections because we don't fully know the limits of what Might Guy was legitimately doing because no one really matched it. They just waited till Might Guy, like, kind of ran himself out.
Mhm. Okay. No, I was just curious. I was just asking some questions.
Now, I like talking about it because in comparison to Boruto characters and Naruto characters, a lot of the times I just do the Might Guy test.
Bruh, the
Like
chat
I
is
just do the
saying
Might
that
Guy test.
Hashirama beats current Sasuke at this. Oh no, they're 50-50 again. Never mind.
I guess somebody
Yeah,
voting. I guess they think current Sasuke ain't that strong.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
uh,
but yeah,
with the Hashirama thing, I kind of compare it to like a Jordan or a Kobe thing, where it's like over time people just make up stories. I won't say make up stories, but people over time people have this over overinflated sense of strength in some of the legends that all of a sudden like current characters are
for
kind of like
Hashirama,
underrated. Yeah, I think so.
E-
I think
Erosanin
I
said
think
Deep Forest Emergence folds Sasuke.
I'd have to go back and generally look at a lot of the lore, but like I don't know. I don't necessarily want to do too much comparisons between Naruto and basketball because I know a lot of people don't really watch basketball in this particular chat. But like,
Bruh.
I always say, if you drop like even like, but I don't even want to say a superstar,
The
but like,
Warriors
let's
won
drop a
point.
regular character or a regular player like R.J. Smith back in like 1950s.
mhm,
He's demolishing guys. But even still, no one really says that RJ Barrett is better than Bill Russell. No, Bill Russell is that guy. He got 11 rings. There's a bunch of legends around him. But J.R.
mhm.
Smith is just flat out more talented. I think it's kind of similar in Naruto to where a lot of the characters back then, don't get me wrong, they were absolutely elite. They were insanely strong. But especially in Boruto Shippuden, where we're going to be going to characters who are like over Ishiki Otsutsuki level, and I guarantee there's still going to be fans saying that those characters aren't as strong as Hashirama. Those characters aren't as strong as Madara. It's going to be the disconnect. Like, yeah, these characters are legends, but like all of a sudden, like Delta could probably like destroy a lot of the legends that we know in Naruto Shippuden.
I mean, you can kind of compare it to basketball, even if people, really don't watch basketball. Like the game's changed over the years. Like the legends back in the day, they weren't playing at a level as what they're playing now. Like the game that they're playing now is like completely different level of if we're talking about like the 70s, 70s, 60s, 80s, even the 90s. Like Iverson kind of changed up the game a little bit, with how basketball is played. So like it's played at a higher level, and the same thing with Boruto. Everything is at a higher level now, and even like every series is like that. Like I don't understand why people, can't understand that, characters get stronger over time. Even like a series like Dragon Ball, the last villain is always, I mean, the newer villain, the current villain is always stronger than the most previous villain, and the most previous villain was supposed to be the strongest of all. But suddenly there's this other threat that happens to be stronger than the threat that we was always thinking was the strongest. You know what I'm saying? So, the levels change all the time.
Yeah, and the only thing that's kind of different with Naruto and that's kind of like tricky is that they have those hacks abilities where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, things did evolve, but it's like still like if Obito generally tries to do the common way, like, or how are you gonna grab a hold of him? Like
Right.
after, if it's under 5 minutes, like how are you like you could be as strong as Damon, like how are you gonna grab a hold of this guy?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like those hacks abilities, like I will say that the Yada Mirror, the Totsuka Blade, there's a bunch of hacks that could definitely compete. But like when we were just talking about bare bones speed and strength, Shinobi versus Shinobi, I think that a lot of the characters from back in the day they just flat out can't compete.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I totally agree with you.
Interesting, interesting takes. Interesting takes. Okay.
Well, the chat is actually on current Sasuke side after 22 votes. 55% for the
Yeah.
current Sasuke, 45% for Hashirama.
Very interesting. So like, so do you think like just physical stats, current Sasuke just folds Hashirama?
I would assume so.
I,
I'm not even a power
I
scaler, but
wouldn't.
I would assume so.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not necessarily too familiar with the lore of Hashirama as of right now. Like, I'm not completely caught up. So, like, if you grill me on some of the abilities, like, hey, what could Sasuke do against this, or that, I probably won't necessarily know
The lore
everything.
of
But like,
Hashirama is he was slapping around Madara for quite a bit.
I
yeah,
think he
I don't mean
can.
the lore
I
too
think
much,
you
more of
yeah.
the abilities,
I
more
think
of
you
the
can
abilities.
maybe get like Hashirama at his peak, somewhere like Jubi Obito levels, because like Jubi Obito is like he's speed blitz would clone Hashirama, and then also like Toby Rama, but this was like Obito before he came into his own consciousness. He was still kind of wild, um, so I think he's like weaker, um, or maybe not weaker, but just like mentally deficient in comparison. So like Toby Rama was fast, like he could perceive the movements to the degree to where he could place like explosive tags onto him and then like execute an entire strategy. Um, so like Toby Ramba was able to like perceive and like counter strike Jubi Obito. Um, so like maybe like you can kind of gauge him somewhere around like that range. And then I think like Edos are nerfed from their alive version. Give or take, it gets a little weird with it, but so like stage mode alive, Hashirama is probably somewhere in that tier, um, give or take. So yeah.
Uh, I just opt to say
I
that
respect the
characters
policy, man.
nowadays like they've like completely surpassed the other characters. Now I don't necessarily want to say it for sure because again we haven't really seen
Hmm.
Sasuke fight in depth. We haven't really seen Naruto fight in depth. But comparing adult Sasuke right now, like even without the Rinnegan, to like a Obito back in the day, I'd probably still opt with Sasuke, man. Or Obito or Jubito. I'd put it like that. So
Okay,
adult Sasuke right now to Jubito, I'd probably still opt with Sasuke.
I got you. I got you. I'm just curious.
Mm.